Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Barotrauma. There's been another update. I was a bit slow getting around to this. I think it's been out for a week or two. We've had a lot going on, had the Next Fest to cover and that sort of thing. It's been very busy on the channel. But yes, we're going to have a look at this update today. Thunder Under the Ice. We've got the changelog here and geez, it's a doozy. So we're going to go through that. We'll start up a bit of an episode, sort of just get our feet wet, test the surface for interest as well. So at the very least, this will stand as like a shout out slash signal boost. You know, I do have a love-hate with Barotrauma. It's gone through its ups and downs through its time, but I'll always keep coming back to it because there is something magic there that I'm curious about. So if you do want to see this turn into a bit of a series, which I'm sure a lot of you do, I know a lot of people are here on the channel because of Barotrauma, make it known, make it heard, but at least we'll go through and cover what's going on, where the development is at the moment, and see where that sort of leaves us. So, I believe the big gimmick is that they've added other like mercenary ships that you can fight in an almost, well, I don't want to say PvP manner, but like my sub versus a computer AI sub. Very interesting, a bit unusual. You don't really do gun combat that much in the single player setting, so that should be interesting. So, Thunder Under the Ice changelog. Let's have a look. Submarine weapons can be swapped in the outposts. Okay, added pulse laser and chain gun. Okay, as far as I understand, there's just the cannon and not the depth charges, but they're what do you want to bloody call it? Like a rail gun. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Added canister shells, a reloadable burst type munition for the rail gun. Okay, that sounds almost like shotgun ammo for the canister. That's cool. Sorry for the rail gun. Added escort missions, added pirate missions. Okay, that's really interesting. They're asking a lot of their AI, right? And look, I can't speak for the wider AI beyond the bots, but the bots have had their bloody problems. And the fact that they're confident to have well, I suppose the bots in the enemy ship don't necessarily have to do all the menial tasks that you guys do, right? They just have to fight and engage with you. So maybe it is graspable. I guess we'll see. But hey, ambitious, that's for sure. Option to choose multiple missions per level. That's kind of cool, actually. Made it possible to sell items on the sub through a new store tab in single player. Oh, okay. That's really interesting. Cargo now spawns in crate shelves and unit load devices. Oh, so it doesn't just spawn in a box? Okay, cool, because that's a bit of a headache, to be honest. Large containers mostly used in cargo subs. The amount of cargo you can transport depends on the number of shelves slash ULDs, and the cargo mission rewards scale according to the cargo capacity. If there's no shelves, you can still transport a small number of crates on the cargo's floor room like before. Okay, that really interests me, right? Because having to clean up all the debris and manage that part of your ship actually becomes an embuggerance before long. Made upgrades affect all submarines. Old purchased submarines will have their upgrades overridden by currently loaded submarine upgrades. Okay, alright. Previous music track continues playing. Oh, okay, that seems more cute, quality of life. Made it possible to carry diving suits and tool belts in hands. That's interesting. We could use some feedback on the way this works. Is it intuitive? Should there be a separate key for picking them up? That's... yeah. Yeah, because you can't really, I suppose if you're wearing a diving suit, you can't really put away someone else's diving suit. You have to wear it back and forth. Okay, I have noticed that. Like, so that's obviously, I'm not the only one that had a bit of an issue with that. The ice shards and exploding mushrooms in caves can now be destroyed with weapons and explosives. Okay, I'm not across that. Added tracer particles to raycast projectiles. Okay. Increased sonar beacon range. Sonar beacon. Oh, that's the handheld thing, right? Color character names according to the team when using a health scanner. Okay. Allow combining elastin characters, ignore character orders and ignore orders. Now persist between rounds. Oh, no way. Okay, that's one of the things I've been asking for ages. Yeah, it'll be interesting if we can start our sub with laid-in presets between rounds and saved sessions. It'd be cool if it can be locked to a preset tab, but who knows. Added indicators for the task that bots are currently doing when they are not following the orders. Yep, okay. All right, this is all really good stuff. Revisited the random monster events, more watchers and tiger threshers, less crawlers. I don't know what any of this means. Numerous fixes to improvements on particle effects. All right, change how autonomous steering works. Captain's now idle near the helm instead of standing near the nav terminal. Okay. Show save and quit button when the game can be saved. That's a pretty big fucking problem if it didn't do that already. Saving in multiplayer and stuff. Yeah, okay, whatever. Updated sounds for endworm and electrical discharger. Increased stun. Yeah. Lowered husk regeneration. Hammerheads. Yeah, okay. Most outpost events no longer trigger automatically. Taking items that contains. Yeah. We're starting to mention diving suits depth limits in the descriptions. Reactor fission rate. Turbine output and temperature to optimal levels at the start of a round. Prevents the reactor from catching fire at the start of the round if it was being operated at high fission. Yeah, okay, that's good. I think I've actually seen that happen before. I'm just skimming now. Projectiles go through severed limbs. Okay, interesting that they had to... Imagine being the guy that has to write that. Docking ports can't be rewired. Okay, allow clicking on the main menu. Okay, cool. And then there's some fixes in here. Wow. Okay, look, one thing you can't say, like I said, I've had my grievances as a big fan of this game. Can't say these blokes aren't doing work. They're still working hard on this game. Now, should it have gone out to bloody farm in this state? Well, that's another conversation for another day, but you can't deny it. They're still going hammer and tongs. All right, let's go. Dugong, because we're pretty unimaginative. Cargo capacity 8 crates. Yes. I mean, what's the humpback? What's this? 4 crates. Wait, 4 crates? Get out of here. Nah, we're Dugong life, man. I live and breathe the Dugong, hey? So yeah, let's go again. I can't remember what we were up to. I think we sort of bricked our last playthrough a little bit. It's almost a roguelike the way I play it. Having said that, I always do like to have a look at all the new updates. They have, they do actually update it a lot. And remember, I'm not a Barotrauma channel. As much as I'll give this plenty of time because I like it, I'm still like an indie game shout-out sort of signal booster channel. I don't really do super long Let's Plays. So, I mean, that's the most you can ask from me is to jump into this every now and then and get a good couple of episodes going. But like I said, make yourself heard. If you want it to turn into the, God help me, the new hard space or something, you want 200 episodes, you have to let me know. Oh, okay, we got a little bit of a bloody blurb here. That's cool. Very nice. Required reading, students. Alright, who we got? Tisha Cortez, Katrina Tyson, and Lauren Escobar. Oh, ladies. Let's bloody disco. Oops. If you can figure out how to climb the fucking ladder. What's this button? Current task idle. I like that little stick figure. That's very cool. Alright. First things first. Let's do the bloody mission roundup. Hello, Liza Bonham. What can my Deutschmarks buy? An assistant, no doubt. A security assistant would be wonderful. Fernanda, let's go. Scarlet's Angels. Validate hires. Nice. Alright. Let's sort out a mission. Now, yeah, last time, I was saying I sort of bricked it out because I was trying to do the bloody, these like beacon stations that you have to do fucking 17 things. I know I'm exaggerating. It's more like 4 things, but nowhere is it explicitly explained or anything like that. And then you get these bloody keyboard heroes that the only game they've ever played in their life is this one, which makes you wonder why they're watching my videos. If you've got 5,000 hours in this game, why are you watching this newbie bash his head against a wall, right? But I digress. Salvaging an artifact. Can we talk to you anymore? Negative. But they'll come in here and tell me how bloody wrong and stupid I am for not intuiting something that they clearly figured out by playing it for hours and hours and actually Google it and and got the idea off Reddit as well. My point is, sometimes people fail to put themselves in the, dare I call myself, the new player category, in that things like rewiring those beacon stations are not really that intuitive to someone that doesn't know how to do it already. The information isn't laid out. And this is sort of a problem that you can encounter, I've noticed in all my playing of indie games, is that quite often, because it's a small indie sort of footprint. What's this bloke got for us? Killing a hammerhead, that sounds bloody good. And so quite often an indie game will attract a rabid niche of fans. There's nothing wrong with that. But I guess like from a dev's perspective, you got to take the feedback where you can get it, right? And because you've got such a small sort of footprint out in the market, you often probably end up with this, a handful of sycophants, a handful of like psychopathic dudes. What's this bloke doing? A crowd of, oh no, ignore them, go away, whatever, some sort of event. Yeah, so you end up with this pack of dudes that are just, they live and breathe your game. And the thing is, as much as their feedback does have its value for sure, they're probably not reflective of the general squarehead goobers like me, like just the normal people that go, oh yeah, and just play the game as normally, and probably, anyway, I guess I'm getting off track. I'm not trying to bash the hardcores, because you need them, all right? They're important as well. But I'm sympathetic, and maybe people don't ever think about that the dev often, the only feedback they've really got to go on is like the hardcore dude, and sometimes his suggestions and thoughts aren't really reflective of the wider community. And just to tie it back to these beacon stations, there's an inactive beacon. Getting it back online will make it easier for human habitation to spread. Okay, I get that, but apparently you need to put a fuel rod in there, which isn't explained ever. So you need to know this already. So that's a big fail straight away. There should be a pop-up tutorial saying, take a fuel rod with you. Take a repair tool with you to repair everything. Make sure that the pump's running. Make sure everything's clear so the station doesn't flood when you leave. I think that's about it. But you sort of see my point. It assumes you know all this sort of stuff. And I don't mind it maybe when you're exploring a cave and looking for an artifact. Maybe if the gameplay isn't explained explicitly well in that case, okay, that's fine because it's a bit of an exploratory adventure. But have a look at how many of these beacon sites are. They're bloody everywhere. Essentially, it seems they've been integrated in such a way that they're almost akin to like a watchtower in Assassin's Creed or something like that, except you can't really get that wrong. And the game still will hold your hand at the beginning of every watchtower of every game and say, hey, listen, dickhead, you got to climb up this and press triangle or whatever. So anyway, so that's just my thought on the beacons. So before you tell me, oh, it's obvious, just consider, how did you, dear typist, how did you figure it out? Was it from trial and error? Was it from doing 30-minute YouTube videos at a time like I do? Did you go into bloody Reddit and figure it out? And I think the answer should be, when you rocked up to the first beacon station, there was a pop-up like this that explained it in depth. Now, I'll eat my words if that pop-up exists and somehow I've missed it, or maybe they've even added it now. I'll walk back on that any day of the week. Killing a hammerhead, salvaging an artifact. I don't like either of these scenarios. Let's kill the hammerhead. Destroying a thresher nest, that seems also very unpleasant. Hang on, what else have we got up here? Salvaging an artifact. Alright, let's kill the hammerhead. $3,000 dues. So you can take multiple missions. Now that is cool. Like I said, I got my little rant about the stations because I swear I've probably done it 2 or 3 times on episodes and I get it wrong each time, because I overlook some bloody small detail that I don't think is explained well enough. All right, I've said my piece. Let's put that on the back burner. This stacking of missions and that, very cool. Very, the good with the bad. I might have said some feedback about stuff I don't like, but I'll absolutely confess I like some of the stuff they've added by the sounds of it, right? Let's kill this bloody hammerhead. What is, hang on, getting it back online will make the passage easier for other vessels to traverse and help colonies spread further. So, okay, this this is interesting. I don't even know if that pop-up existed. You're playing as captain. No, I know that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Steer, navigate to destination. I'm still going to stay as captain for the moment. I'm going to stay as captain for the moment. Katrina, get on that bloody reactor, love. Now, Lauren, oh God, I got to remember. Hang on. We'll put you on fix leaks and we'll put you on repair mechanical systems. Katrina, we'll put you on that as well. Fernanda, put you on one of the bloody guns. You can go on this gun. And shit, you know what? Lauren can go on the other gun as well. Wow, how crusty is Lauren looking? Fuck me. Fernanda, you can also fight fires. And I guess you can fight people as well. And Katrina, I guess you can be our medic? Right, now, if I can rearrange all these, medic first, repair second, reactor. Yeah, I think that sounds sensible. We'll probably put the gun there, probably put the leaks there, and we'll put file. Okay, that seems cool. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's go. All right, let's go bash this dude. Manual. Insufficient power. Okay. I need my dinner bell. All right, let's go. All right, so we've covered off the notes, for better or for worse. They've done a lot in this update. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. It restores me hope. Not that my hope was lost or anything like that. But we've covered this for, geez, I suppose you could say years now, right? And it has gone through some sort of plateau areas. We've talked about, like, I don't pretend to know the developer's mind, and I don't really spend time in bloody Reddits or Discord, because, you know, I'm a busy person. But hey, look, you know what? If you live in those communities, fill your boots. So I don't really, like, I'm not sure how chirpy the devs are. But we've definitely gone through times where it was much less single player friendly. And I know I'm retreading a bit of old ground here, but it seems pretty apparent to me. Look, and I don't know which of the two scenarios it is, right? There's two scenarios where one, people buy the game and they try and get their mate. Now, I know this because I'm the ringleader nerd, whatever you want to bloody call them, right? They're not exactly the alpha nerd, but they're the nerd that's fucking sad enough, and I can say that because I'm that one, to make the time to try and organize the boys, right? There are the nerds that just sort of follow, and then there's the nerd that bloody lines everything up. So I wonder if there's a bunch of blokes that want to get this game going with the boys. They're trying and organize it. They're trying to convince everyone to bloody buy a copy. Because I've been there, man. I've been there trying to convince all your mates to spring $30 for a game that requires bloody 6 players or something. And then they probably find themselves holding the bloody hot potato with no one to play with, and because their mates won't pick it up. And so I feel like single player has had this sort of latter day explosion where this game requires a pretty switched on tight crew, and it's kind of hard to get everyone around it because it's unusual, it's obscure, right? Even games like, say, GTFO, which I think is harder than this, 100%, like requires way more coordination and the boys being switched on. But even at first blush, if you pitched it to one of your mates, it's a first person shooter, it looks cool, right? This looks like it's janky bloody puppet figures side on falling down ladders and that. It's a hard pitch. So anyway, what I'm getting at is I wonder if there's a bunch of nerds out there, you know, and you're my brothers, right? I understand the struggle. And let me know if this has been the case. They've tried to get a crew together or whatever, and they just bloody can't, right? And so they end up going, well, I'm standing here holding me dick and a copy of this game, so I might as well bloody play it single player. And so I feel like there was an influx of single player, and that's one explanation. The other one is that there might just be I mean, I'm already bashing on my fellow nerds, but like there might just be those dudes that aren't super socially inclined, all right? And they like the look of this game. They want to get onto this game. Oh shit, what is that? Is that our target? Oh, it is too. It is our target. Here he bloody comes then. This is a good approach for us. This is a good approach. Oh, he's got a health bar as well. Not for bloody long, you don't, mate. Come on, boys, get back in there. Oh, oh, keep fighting, keep fighting. Which gun did I put you on? I think I put you on the top gun. Shit. Oh shit, keep it together. Oh, pressure, 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 pressure. Oh, oh. You pinched me suit, you bastard. Stop taking me suit. There, okay, there goes that one. Oh. Oh no. What is this? Current task, find safety. Oh shit, maybe I gotta get on the gun. Where'd it go? Oh. Oh! There's a hole right there. Yeah, fill it up, mate. Oh, I don't think we're going anywhere. I don't know where it is. I got it. Yeah, get fucking wrecked, mate. Alright. Let's turn this bloody dinner bell off. Go autopilot, maintain position. Alright. What's our status? Repairing leaks. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Okay, I think we're doing alright. Oh. I got bashed up a little bit. Bit of blunt force trauma, but you know, that'll keep you bloody honest. Seems to be some bloody big holes in this ship. Especially one right here. This thing was like sticking its bloody dangly bit straight into my bloody house. And I can't abide that. Alright, so they're on the repairs. It looks like the floods are under control. Yeah, right. I think that's a pretty exciting start. Manual steering, dinner bell on. Let's get back into it. Oh, hang on. Where do we want to go? Attis? Or autopilot to Attis? I can take this off. So we sort of need someone. I'm assuming if we give someone the job to clean everything up, they will put the suits back, maybe. And we haven't had a good look at, you know what, actually, autopilot, bell off, Attis, right. Show me these cargo slots. Alright, medical cabinet. Okay. Steel cabinet. I mean, maybe they don't overtly exist in an actual physical sort of space. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Freight shell. Here we go. That's cool. Okay, so that's where our cargo lives. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what I was going to say is, so that's option one. The ringleader nerds try and get the boys to get around the game. Trust me, I've been there before. I feel your pain. They end up holding the bloody package. You know, the music stops and they don't have a chair. And then so they turn to playing this single player. So that could explain the uptick in the interest in single player, because to get to the end of the story, the developers have clearly paid more attention to the single player and the bots they've put, like, so in the earlier days, it was very much focused on multiplayer, but you can see they've actually pivoted a lot of focus onto single player, and this is all speculation, but my best read is that this has actually become a bit of a sleeper hit for a single player sort of community. Like, maybe it is in fact too difficult to wrangle people to play this multiplayer on the regular basis. Like, shit, I put up some Pulsar video before. I was going to say videos. I only put one up. But even just getting all the... Oh, here we go. Select a new destination to continue on your journey. Oh, we need to... You know, what if we... Can we just head back? Can we just head back without a mission? Oh, did I get my $3,000 reward? The beacon is inactive. Okay, that's fine. Is the beacon going to be on the leg back? But like, even to get that pulsar thing going with my tight sort of mates, tough. Oh look, and they've remembered. Oh my god, yes. That's, so like I said, I'm happy to give praise and criticism out of either side of my mouth. I think that's even. And, okay, so they've flipped the map around. Cool. But yeah, beacon station issues notwithstanding, this update's done some crazy stuff, and the ability to hold these bot orders is just unreal, and it sort of supports my position that even if it's unofficially spoken of by the devs, they're clearly pivoting a lot more energy and effort to single player for this game. And I wonder, maybe we jump forward 6-12 months, maybe this, you know, is a single player game with a multiplayer component to it. I don't know, right? But yeah, at long last, what I was trying to say is that the second sort of type of nerd or gamer, like I say nerd, whatever, you know what I mean, a hardcore enthusiast of the Barotrauma variety, is the antisocial type dude. You see these blokes all the time, the ones that are like, hey, I want to play this game that was clearly made to be multiplayer, but rah rah rah, I want it to be single player. And, you know, a lot of the time people are like, just, you know, go away, sort of go play something else. But I feel, not to say that the devs have buckled, but again, because of this unique situation, this game attracts a certain player in that maybe can't wrangle or doesn't, you know, have the social know-how to navigate it, because I'm sympathetic. I'm a fucking YouTuber with a platform with plenty of people that want to play with me, and I still struggle to get a crew together. Granted, I'm playing at unusual hours and all that sort of stuff. But like, I am sympathetic of, hey, you might love this game, but you can't get a regular group to play it with you. And I just feel like, yeah, that's, I know I'm ranting on this point a bit longer, but I've been thinking about it for a long time as well. And I think that's the best explanation. One angle could say the devs are buckling, you know, they're changing their vision potentially to cater to a different audience. I would argue they're probably evolving to the lay of the land, right? I have no doubts that this game is phenomenal multiplayer, but I also think that its appeal is not to the multiplayer audience, right? Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to put it. Now, again, like, take these observations, these criticisms with a grain of salt. You know, not necessarily to be discounted whole cloth, but again, my only real experience with this is single player. I played some multiplayer of it years ago, but truly I'm not that worried about it, and you know, I don't exactly have a crew on hand that's interested in it, and you know, that's about it. I know there are guys that swear by playing this multiplayer, and I, as I said, I totally agree. That was the original design or intent of this game, for sure. But yeah, just sort of put a bow on the end of my rant. I wonder, and you know what, it could even just be an academic discussion, like bigger than Barotrauma. Like, consider the hypothetical. What happens when a game starts out a certain way, like it's a multiplayer game, then for whatever reason the multiplayer, even if it's good, but it just doesn't have the desired uptick in the community, but this new and different way to play the game, like single player, emerges from that. Like, obviously this is not a true hypothetical, I'm modeling it off of this, But what happens there, you know? Should the devs lean into the single player thing? Should they double or triple down on multiplayer and refuse to support single player? You know, should they try and split their time between both? It's an interesting question. The only sort of close analogy I can think of on the top of my head is Fortnite. A lot of people don't remember, but Fortnite saved the world, as it's called now, but it was just called Fortnite back in the day, was what it launched as. It was a wave defense. You built bases and did wave defense. I actually bought it. I paid money for original Fortnite and I played a bit of it and it was kind of cool, actually, but it had some serious issues at launch. It was polished as anything, but its loot box grind economy was egregious. It was actually really, really full on, that to get any sort of tangible progress, you really had to grind the shit out of levels back to back. Oh, what a parking job too. So, and then that was a case of they saw it, they launched it, it got lukewarm reception, even though it was really polished and well put together. Like, again, I was an early adopter, and I can tell you now, it was beautiful, but it wasn't there mechanically for whatever reason. It just didn't have the snag. And look, it's a buyer's market, man. If the game doesn't grab you in 30 minutes, most people are going to refund it and go buy your opposition. You know, that's just how the market is, whether you call that fair or unfair. So I sort of think to myself, you look at that Fortnite situation, for whatever reason, Fortnite Save the World could have been a great game, but they recognized it wasn't doing the numbers. The Battle Royale thing, PUBG was just starting to blow up, and then they pivoted whole cloth, kind of back to front to what's happened here with Barotrauma. They went less from the sort of PvE single player and straight into a PvP setting, and it paid off dividends for them for sure. Anyway, that's just, you know, an analogy. This is me just talking shit. I'm just some guy who plays video games. What would I possibly know? We have our 300 Deutschmarks. I can't see without going to a shop, but I'm assuming that we do. Anyway, that was cool. That was a cool little adventure. That hammerhead popping his head in and saying hello, and having a look inside our submarine, and the boys sticking on the guns and just firing non-stop. So that was pretty baller stuff. Had a look at those patch notes. And like I said, my sort of take on it is, I guess I'm in the Barotrauma community to a certain point. Like I don't wave the flag as a Barotrauma creator, but I do come back to this quite a bit. People seem hungry for someone to do videos, and I might as well bloody fill the gap. But in my sort of stupid, you know, low IQ, low grey matter take, it's kind of cool to see how much work they're doing and how much work they're doing for the single player thing. I would be curious if people want to weigh in, you know, are my takes wrong or close, or, you know, maybe some people do interact with the devs a bit more closely. I don't really have a line with the devs. And to be honest, I don't really like running interference for bloody developers or anything like that. You know, I'm more interested to talk to the consumer than the dev, because the dev's going to tell me what the dev wants me to hear. You know, you're going to tell me the truth. And whether you're a hardcore fan or you're a skeptic or whatever, I'd still rather hear it from the people, you know? So yeah, I'm curious, what's the state of multiplayer? Is it as strong as it was 6 months ago? Is it dying, you know? I know a lot of people are really turned off by the sort of Among Us, whatever you want to call it, the friend-wrecking gameplay loop that seems to be encouraged in this game, the clown traitor mechanic, which that's a whole conversation for another day, but I dislike those mechanics. Imagine having a bunch of mates, you good valued mates, that you sit down and have beer and pizza for, and you're like, let's play a game where the function of one of the players is to fuck everyone else over and wreck their fun. I'm just sort of like, why would you do that with your friends? I'm all for competitive, like, you know, PvP or bloody Sega tennis or anything like that, you know, where you're actually trying to beat each other through sheer gameplay know-how and capacity, right? Like esports bloody neckbeardery. But I don't really understand where your job is to try and lie to someone's face for fun, and then afterwards you're all going to shake hands like that didn't happen. But again, I said I wasn't going to rant about that, but I do know there's a lot of people that don't like that aspect of this game. I wonder if that hurts the multiplayer community significantly, or maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's a big option as well. So I'd be curious what you guys have to say. You know, single player and multiplayer people alike. Again, I'm willing to play this as well. Like I said, I do come in fits and starts. The game has jank. The patches have been much more frequent, and it's become a better product in recent times, in the last like 6 months. Whereas before, almost all of my runs or playthroughs would end in me cracking the sads because it bricked out, right? And a man can only handle so much of that. But at the moment, I feel like it's actually in a really good state. And just looking at their patch notes every time, it's only getting better. Anyway, I thought it was worth doing a little bit of a debrief because it's been a hot second since I covered this. I know there are people that are interested in it, and I thought I'd just share my mind a little bit to give you an idea of where I'm at. In no way, though, am I playing this under sufferance. Like, if I don't want to play this, I won't play it. Guaranteed. So just let me know. If you're still hanging around for some Barotrauma and you guys are still interested, let me know. I'd be curious to hear your experiences. I know I paid out the neckbeards with 5,000 hours, but look, if you want to share your comments and your thoughts on how the game has developed and the community and how it's changed over this time, and relation between single player and multiplayer, I absolutely want to hear this sort of thing, for sure. Let me know. I'd be curious because I don't really talk to the community that much. And all I do is sit here and blab about my take, which it seems to be becoming more single player and more well-rounded and developed. I'd be curious what someone else's take might be. Anyway, bloody rant complete. Good to be back. Hit me up if you want me to do some more episodes. Might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.